Today, we're diving into a powerful roadmap for taking charge of your emotions, all based on the fantastic work of Patrick King. So let's jump right in. You know that feeling, right? You say something in the heat of the moment you instantly wish you could take back. Or maybe you feel so overwhelmed by anxiety that it just completely derails your day. If any of that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. We're about to break down exactly how you can take back the controls. So this really frames the choice that we all face every single day. Are we the emotional puppet just getting yanked around by invisible strings of feeling, reacting on pure impulse? Or are we the emotional master, the one who actually holds the strings and chooses how to respond with intelligence? Our goal today is to show you exactly how to make that shift from puppet to master. Okay, our whole journey starts with a single, absolutely game-changing insight. If you can really grasp this one idea, it becomes the foundation for everything else.
And here it is. This is the big one. Your emotions, your anger, your anxiety, your sadness, they are just signals. They're not commands. Think of them like a notification on your phone. It pops up and says, hey, you might want to pay attention to this. It's not a dictator shouting an order that you have to follow. You can see the signal, acknowledge the information, and then you get to decide what to do next.
And that right there, that's the shift in power we're talking about. The moment you start seeing your emotions as just signals, you stop being the puppet tangled up in all the strings. You become the one holding them, ready to direct your life with real intention.
So if we're going to become the puppeteer, we first have to understand the hidden system that's been running the show on autopilot for years. It's time to uncover the emotional habit loop. This whole four-step process, it happens in a split second, before we even know it. A trigger happens. Let's say you get a critical email from your boss. Your immediate thought is, oh no, I'm in trouble. That thought instantly sparks an emotion, maybe a wave of anxiety. And that anxiety leads straight to a reaction, like procrastinating on that project all afternoon. See? This is the loop that keeps us stuck. So where do you break the cycle? Where's the weak link in that chain? It's right here. It's in that tiny, almost imperceptible moment between the trigger, the email, and your automatic thought about it. That micro pause, that is where your freedom lives. And this question is the tool you use to create that pause. The very next time you feel a strong emotion starting to bubble up, just stop and ask yourself this: what story am I telling myself right now? Is the story really, my boss thinks I'm incompetent? Or is it simply, my boss gave me some feedback? Just questioning the story is the first huge step to rewriting it. But why are those automatic stories, that thought step in the loop, so often negative? Well, it's because our minds have these built-in glitches, kind of like those distorting mirrors you see at a carnival. Patrick King points to these as the real enemy we're up against. Take a quick look at these. I bet at least one of them sounds familiar. Catastrophizing? That's when a tiny typo in an email makes you feel like you're about to get fired. Mind reading is when you assume your friend is furious with you just because they sent a one-word text. Black and white thinking tells you that if you're not a total runaway success, you must be a complete failure. And emotional reasoning, oh, that one is tricky. It's that little voice that says, I feel like a fraud, so I must be a fraud. The key here is to stop taking these thoughts as gospel. Your job is to become a detective of your own mind. You learn to catch a distorted thought in the act, name it like, that's just catastrophizing again, and then consciously replace it with a more balanced, realistic one. All right, we've identified the mental traps. Enough theory. Now, let's get practical. It's time to open up the Resilience Toolkit and look at some things you can do right now to build calm in real time. First up is a tool that is so simple you might actually underestimate it. Please don't. This little number sequence is one of the fastest ways to hijack your own stress response and physically tell your body that it's safe to calm down. So here's how it works. You breathe in through your nose for a count of 4. You hold it for a count of 7, and then you exhale slowly, completely through your mouth for a count of 8. That long exhale, that is the crucial part. It flips a switch and activates the part of your nervous system that acts like your body's built-in brake pedal for stress. It's literally a physiological reset button. And here's another brilliant tool for your kit. When you're angry, anxious, or even super wildly excited, let's be honest, your judgment is compromised. The 24-hour rule is simple. For any big, important decision, just give yourself a day. Let that emotional wave pass. Clarity always lives on the other side of time. And that brings us to our final and maybe the most powerful principle in this whole framework. This is the ultimate key to dissolving fear and building genuine, rock-solid confidence.
See, it all comes down to this fundamental choice. Avoid giving that presentation you're dreading, and you teach your brain that public speaking is a legitimate threat to be feared. But step up and do it, even if your voice is shaking, and you teach your brain a totally new lesson. Hey, that was scary, but I did it. I can handle this. Every small action you take in the face of fear literally rewires your brain for confidence.
This quote from Patrick King just ties it all together so perfectly, doesn't it? Emotional control isn't about crushing your feelings or pretending they don't exist. It's about curation. It's about consciously choosing the stories you tell yourself, the habits you repeat, and the meaning you give to everything that happens in your life.
So, if you take one thing away from this, let it be this. Your feelings are valid, of course they are, but they are not verdicts. They are a part of your inner world, but you are the one who charts the course. You are the master, not the servant.
And that brings us to the most important part. I want to leave you with this question. Don't try to change everything all at once. That's a recipe for failure. Just think, what is one small